Exposing and defunding America's killing machine. That's the focus of tonight's angle. In 2016, Planned Parenthood performed 1/3 of all abortions in the United States. The number, a staggering 321,384 unborn children. Despite laws prohibiting the federal funding of abortion, Planned Parenthood received more than $500 million in government grants and reimbursements last year. Well, since the money is fungible, it can be used then for facilities, staff, and activities that support abortion services. Now, you're going to remember during the campaign when the president repeatedly vowed to defund Planned Parenthood.
Unless they stop with the abortions, we don't do the funding for the stuff that we want, because I'm totally against the abortion aspect of Planned Parenthood. I wouldn't fund it if they have the abortion going on, and it's been a big factor. Planned Parenthood should absolutely be defunded. I mean, if you look at what's going on with that, it's terrible.
Stripping Planned Parenthood of its federal dollars is kind of tricky because $440 million of its funding comes through Medicaid. President Trump has already signed a bill rescinding the Obama-era regulations that mandated that states fund Planned Parenthood through their Medicaid budgets. That was good. But what about the remaining $60 million that Planned Parenthood receives from you, the taxpayers? Well, that comes from something called Title X funding, federal grants dedicated to family planning, education, counseling, health screening, etc. Now, the president has on his desk new Title X rules that will deny Planned Parenthood funding. And these regulations stipulate that no organization performing abortions would qualify for Title X grants, depriving Planned Parenthood, thus, of tens of millions of dollars. Now, the president is apparently weighing whether to greenlight the new rules or not. Soon-to-be retired president of Planned Parenthood, Cecile Richards, is claiming Trump and other politicians are targeting not abortion, but something else.
Unfortunately, at the state level, more and more, I think it depends on the legislature, but they're taking political aim at women's health, women's access to basic health care.
Oh my, this is, of course, total bunk. Abortion is not health care, certainly not to the baby it destroys. And the other main services that Planned Parenthood provides are STD tests, HIV tests, pregnancy tests, and contraception. Oh, and contrary to what the abortion giant often says, well, they don't offer mammograms. No. So here's the reality of their services. And these are Planned Parenthood's own figures. Abortions outnumbered prenatal services 41-1 in 2016. For every 83 abortions, they provided 1 adoption referral. 1. The organization performed about 200% more cancer screenings back in 2006 than last year in 2017. So it's going the other way for cancer screenings. And of the 2.4 million clients they saw last year, Planned Parenthood only offered about 32,000 family practice services. Okay, out of 2.4 million. Let's be brutally honest here. Abortion is Planned Parenthood's stock and trade. It's their only specialty, and it's their cash cow. And by funding them, the federal government is depriving the 13,000 qualified actual health care centers their money that they would otherwise offer more women's services than the Planned Parenthood, an IUD, and a quickie abortion. So those other great clinics, they're out of luck. Trump was terrific in exposing this abortion racket and the Democrats' obsession with it. He did it in the last presidential debate. I loved this moment.
Donald has said he's in favor of defunding Planned Parenthood. He even supported shutting the government down to defund Planned Parenthood. I will defend Planned Parenthood. I will defend Roe v. Wade, and I will defend women's rights to make their own health care decisions.
Mr. Trump, your reaction, and particularly on this issue of late-term partial birth
Well,
abortion.
I think it's terrible. If you go with what Hillary is saying, in the 9th month, you can take the baby and rip the baby out of the womb of the mother. just prior to the birth of the baby. Now, you can say that that's okay, and Hillary can say that that's okay, but it's not okay with me.
Monica Crowley and I were in the Fox trailer watching the debate at that moment, and I looked at her, I said, he just won the election. That was one of the best moments for Donald Trump, period. It's awesome. Well, for the president, these new Title X regulations are an opportunity to fulfill a campaign promise, to complete what he started by rolling back the Obama Medicaid regs, and also a chance to give real health care providers a shot at federal funding. In fact, that Congress fully funded Planned Parenthood in the omnibus bill was and is a complete outrage. My blood is still boiling about that. But by restricting Title X funds from Planned Parenthood, the president can satisfy his pro-life base, millions of evangelicals, Catholics, mothers, and fathers, while giving them a reason to rally before the midterms. But most importantly, signing these new Title X regulations may save the lives of women and their precious children. And that's the angle.